Can anybody hear me? I think we're live. I'm going to give everyone a minute or two to jump on in. All righty. Yeah. All right, we are back live. This is the first time in more than 60 days that I've gone live. Having fun. This is going to be the anniversary stream. Going to go through some of the news on the website. Give a few more people a chance to come in, see if anyone's going to join. This is really exciting stuff. Welcome to anyone that's joining. It's like we got 4 people here already. We're live on Facebook. We're live on Twitch. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Twitter, Periscope. Share the stream, please. Love for everyone to join. Take a look. Take a look at the website. Hear some news. Let's share some ideas. Who's with me? All right. We have a Discord channel. Not sure if you know about it. IndependentLeft.news. That's our website. It's up on the website. It's up on the screen. I'm sure you can see. It updates twice a day with new stories, featured videos, an entire new videos strip. And then as you scroll down, there's even more articles below as you click to read more. There's even a plug-in for our Discord. You can see who's online right now. We've got 46 members live. Hey, Jeff, welcome. Welcome, good to see you. So we're going to go through some news. We'll go through the site. I don't know if anyone's really seen this site before. That's one of the reasons why I go through this. Bones, welcome, brother. Welcome, good to see everyone. This article, oh my God, is so killer. I just wanted to go through this with everyone. I wanted everyone to see this one. I want to be the first one to talk about it. So let's go to Lauren Elizabeth's article. Holy crap. Senate Democrats just killed the $15 minimum wage. Scathing. Corporate Democrats continue to prove that they can't even be trusted with the bare minimum. This is so hardcore. I love it. Not sure who this Lauren Elizabeth is, but she's fantastic. This is a Medium article. So everyone who has to sign up for Medium to be able to access it, you get a few articles for free per month. This is worth one of the freebies. So after weeks of negotiations on Joe Biden's $1.9 trillion COVID relief bill, not 1, not 2, but 8 Senate Democrats have officially voted to kill Bernie Sanders' amendment to include the $15 minimum wage, which we know. All right, so they list who they are, and not sure how much more clear the Democratic Party can make it, that they've become nothing more than controlled opposition. Awesome. This is a really cool thing, so you can actually tweet this right there by clicking on that. Puppets tools for the donor class, big banks, corporations, paid them to do their bidding at the expense of the American people. All right. It's not on the Republican Party. It has nothing to do with any of these folks. All right. This is amazing. To be clear, the vote of these 8 Senate Democrats was a message not of weakness to the American people, but a message of power to progressive Democrats in the House. Funny, isn't it? How the number of Senate Democrats willing to vote no on the bill, if it included the $15 minimum wage, suddenly jumped from 2 to 8 after progressive Democrats in the House began to consider withholding their votes if it wasn't. I will never, ever, ever want to hear vote blue no matter who again. Warming my heart to hear that. I'm sure I'm not alone in feeling tired of the excuses, both from these feckless and frankly useless lawmakers and their loyal voters. I'm tired of feeling so cynical. I'm tired of the broken promises. I'm tired of the Democratic Party flexing more political power to kill any progressive policy goals than they've used against the Republican Party in 40 years. I'm sick and tired of them serving as active barriers to progress, choosing not to deliver on what they pledged in their campaigns, then turning around and having the audacity to demand the votes of the very same people who they spend their careers subverting and ignoring. Totally agree. The Democratic Party deserves to lose, and it grows more and more clear with each passing day that this is truly their goal. They do not want the power. They do not want the expectations to deliver. They do not want to be held responsible for campaign promises and would instead rather hide behind the Republican shields while simultaneously doing the bidding of oftentimes the very same donors who fund Democrats' supposed opposition. I'm telling you, this is absolute fire. Woman is terrific. Okay, 3 years from now, thank you, Michael. Welcome. 3 years from now, Kamala Harris will be running for president, with Donald Trump as it stands today, likely selected as a Republican nominee. And Harris, I'm sure, is going to be standing on a campaign debate stage, still trying to convince the American people that she wanted that $15 minimum wage. Sure, she did. They are convinced these games are going to work. It's unbelievable. Okay, this is so well written. I got to give it a clap. Lauren Elizabeth, a writer and a leftist. I shared this on Twitter at xLaurenMX. Claudia, welcome. My friend from Poland. She's been here from the beginning. The super mod. All right, so that's our first article. We went through. Again, that's Lauren Elizabeth. I've shared this on my Twitter. You'll be able to find it there, but of course it's here as the top article on IndependentLeft.news for the early edition today. Next is an article from one of my favorites, Judd Legume, from Popular Information. It's called The Empire Strikes Back. And this is a really long article. I'm not going to go through all of it, but it talks about the Republican funding, specifically from the Chamber of Commerce and the attitude of the Chamber of Commerce, which he calls the Chamber. All right, nonpartisan organization, but it really defends businesses, and it's going after the progressive policies that do not support businesses. And of course, they're highly pro-corporate Democrat. So the memo attempts to recast votes to validate Trump's lies about voter fraud as reasonable and respectable. This is dangerous stuff because this is coming from the Chamber of Commerce. This is one of the largest Republican donors, and what they're trying to do now is absolve those folks that voted to not certify the election, and they want to actually have them funded, which is dangerous. All right, so, oh, wonderful. Stephanie is sending me messages about something else we want to do, which is a worker co-op I'd like to talk about later on. Right. So, oh, wonderful. Mute that. So we're going through this Popular Information article. Again, Judd Legume, Popular Information, one of the best investigative reporters on the planet. He's absolutely terrific. And what he's talking about here, again, is how the Chamber of Commerce is now changing their tune, and how they initially did not want to back any funding for the Republicans that supported to not certify the election. Now they're saying, well, they supported all 8 of the senators who voted against it, though through either endorsements or contributions from its political action committee. So they do not believe it's appropriate to stop funding these Republicans just because they attempted to throw out millions of votes and install Trump for a second term. It's pretty unbelievable. So the Chamber of Commerce, and Judd is one of the best at following the money. Memo author who's a Republican operative who used to work for Rudy Giuliani. And Judd he's also an independent reporter. If you could subscribe to his newsletter, it's $5 a month or $50 for the year. I am a paid subscriber, premium subscriber, big fan of his work, a big supporter of his. I'd love to see him go on more shows and be interviewed more. I did see him interviewed on WNYC recently for their podcast about his research having to do with the security for the election and the Republican funding that they were losing. What's going on here with my mic wire? Hold on. There we go. So we've got Next, an article from Daily Poster. Joel Warner, who recently signed on as a staff writer for the Daily Poster. I love that they're expanding. I love what David Sirota is doing. They're also doing tremendous investigative and independent journalism, watchdog journalism that's holding the powerful accountable, primarily Republicans, but also corporate Democrats. And I love what he's doing here. But a new study shows cannabis legalization linked to a huge drop in workers' comp claims, which isn't a surprise. So again, after being prohibited for most of the 20th century, the decriminalization of cannabis over the past several decades has ushered in a variety of positive outcomes. To date, 36 states and the District of Columbia have approved cannabis for medical use, and 15 states plus DC have legalized the drug for recreational purposes. And such laws have been found to improve the economy, repair racist harms of the drug war, discourage criminal activity and unsafe products, and even possibly reduce teen use and vehicle deaths. Now, a new study suggests cannabis legalization could offer another major benefit. Recreational cannabis laws appear to lower work-related injuries and disabilities to such an extent that states have seen a 20% reduction in workers' comp claims after legalizing adult-use cannabis. That's pretty unbelievable. The findings could help bolster a push to legalize cannabis nationwide, one of the few issues that currently enjoys broad bipartisan support, as well as help reform austere workplace cannabis rules across the country. Right now, even in most states that allow recreational or medical cannabis, employees can be fired at will or lose workers' comp benefits if they're found to be using cannabis in their off hours. So this is a fantastic article written by Joel. Glad that he's joined the Daily Poster. Excellent addition. Sirota's been pretty good at picking talent for hiring. I have my own people that I'd like to hire as well if I put together a newsroom, but David's done a terrific job so far. All right. Again, subscribe to Daily Poster if you can. I'm also a premium subscriber for the Daily Poster. Popular information. Next article is going to be Press TV. My brother Richard Medhurst, who I also support on Rockfin, on Patreon. I'm a big fan of his foreign policy work. I know everybody here, from Bones to Michael to Claudia to everybody who, to family, Mona, Frank Analysis, Jackson, everyone. We're all big fans of Rich, big supporters of Rich. So this is his latest for Press TV. He has a show on Press TV called The Communique with Richard Medhurst. And this episode, which was released today, or which was released actually yesterday, features a member of Parliament from the UK. I believe his name is Chris Williamson, and Max Blumenthal as well. Excuse me. Talking about how the UK is using the FCO, contracting major outlets like BBC, Reuters, and in order to push anti-Russian narrative and paint Britain and its NATO allies in a positive light. So it's a little scary of what's going on here. Max has blown the lid off of this. This also involves Bellingcat, which a lot of the other organizations consider a legitimate source of news, but it turns out it's also partly a propaganda factory that is supported by the British government, the BBC, and it also involves Reuters, which is Max states is the largest news organization in the world. A little scary that it's involved in that deep. And again, they use smear tactics and all kinds of different misinformation campaigns. This is a great 25-minute episode. I highly recommend you watch it. Rich again is fire. If you watch, and he's so on point with everything he delivers. Again, you can embed this, you can download it, or you can go there by going to IndependentLeft.news and clicking on this article right here. Finally, out of the top 5 today, and again, you'll see that we've got a ton more articles than just the 5 that I'm going to cover. Wow, we got through this pretty quickly. So this is another one where a New York Amazon delivery driver speaks out. This is from the World Socialist website, WSWS.com, from Claire Hurley, published a couple days ago. They see us as disposable. New York Amazon delivery driver speaks out. And this is a driver in Rockland County, New York, which is outside New York City. Not far from where I live, actually. He drives a budget rental van. All right, compared with the hourly wages at his previous jobs as a bartender delivery man for Uber Eats. Amazon $17.50 is the highest wage. Okay, but he's making an average of 150 stops a day. His record was 172 in one day. By comparison, the average UPS driver makes 125. Stop might involve delivery of multiple packages. Drivers are paid for delivering all the packages loaded into their vehicle at the beginning of each shift, not according to the number of hours it takes to deliver them. So if a driver often fails to deliver his or her packages, they find a way to get rid of him or her. Again, more cutthroat behavior toward their employees. Here, driving a half an hour to get to the 3-acre parking lot of the Amazon distribution center where he's assigned a van. He's often assigned a delivery route back in Rockland County closer to where he lives. So it's going to take him, after his shift, another 30 minutes to get home. He's averaging 10 hours of driving every day. That's rough. And this, he makes $15 an hour. Now, in the New York metropolitan area, $15 an hour isn't very much. Rockland County, he's probably renting an apartment with some roommates, would be my guess. Or he may be living at home. I'm not sure. I didn't really read exactly what his situation is above. But I can tell you that making $17.50 an hour, even on 40 or 50 hours a week, not going to be able to afford your own place. Conditions are terrible no matter where you're working. We need to be paid more. We need to control our own safety. And more than 20,000 Amazon workers have caught COVID. Unknown number have died. We know that one recently actually committed suicide. It's pretty bad. And the Las Vegas warehouse jumped 4 floors from a distribution warehouse. And they had the employees continue to work for more than 2 hours before they sent the people home that actually watched it happen. It's as awful can get. Oh, there's another version of Richard's article. So I did want to also go through the video slider, feature a couple of young up-and-coming leftist commentators, show hosts, opinion analysts. Jackson Hinkle, who was involved in a Force the Vote protest. Same with Franco from Frank Analysis. So Jackson does a live stream. This is a 6-minute video debunking mainstream media propaganda about Joe Biden, talking about all the different propaganda and how they're propagandizing and whitewashing what Biden is doing. It's a terrific 6-minute video. Again, I highly recommend you subscribe to Jackson's channel. You check this video out. You can join his Discord. He has a badass Discord. I'm actually the admin for that Discord as well. If you go to his channel, I'm sure there's a link for the Discord there. Most of you are already in it. But anyone who's watching afterwards, feel free to join Jackson Hinkle's Discord. So that video is actually right here. Again, if you go to the link for this video, right here is a link for his Discord. You can follow him and support him on all these different platforms. I'm a big supporter of Rockfin. It's a crypto-based, non-censored, non-advertising platform for video streamers. They actually have some content for athletes. They have a couple right-wingers. They terrific platform. Started about 2 years ago. I've been a premium subscriber, and once you premium subscribe to one channel, you get premium access to all of the channels on the platform. So definitely worth the $9.99 a month that it costs to subscribe if you can afford it. So next video would be from Frank Analysis. And this is really an interesting story, and definitely want to dig more into what's going on here with Nick and Anelis Garcia, MPP. So they didn't want to come on. Now they're blocking Franco. I don't know what's going on here. I know Franco has had some questions about what's going on with it, with the leadership at the Movement for a People's Party, or now it's just called the People's Party. It's certainly something to question. And there's also a message to Jimmy Dore in here that, again, I haven't had a chance to get through all of this, and we're not going to watch this together. But I certainly, again, highly recommend you go to IndependentLeft.news, take a look in the video slider, just scroll down a little bit below the big Ron Placone, because we do sponsor Ron Placone's channel. But below there's a video slider, and Franco and the question on the MPP is right there. Third video is a Tim Black video that I did watch this morning that's really, really strong. That's talking about one reason why the Biden stimulus plan makes progressives furious. Terrific. Highly recommend you go check this one out. Underreported fact. Okay, and it's talking a lot about how it's really exempting the people, or it's doing the means testing of people that make between $75,000 and $80,000. It's just some random arbitrary number, but it's 12 million people that are affected by that, as well as the 5 million additional people that would also be affected. There's also, couples that file that are making between 150 and 160. It's such an arbitrary number that, like, those people specifically don't need help anymore. It makes no sense to me. So let's see, what else have we got going on here? Oh, well, the other thing that they're doing is they're looking at 2019 tax filings. So if you lost your job in 2020, even if you made enough money in 2019 that you would be exempted, they're not going to pay out. I mean, it's really, it's like they're trying to keep the money from the people that need it the most. And again, if you follow MMT, Stephanie Kelton, if you follow Steve Grumbine and the Real Progressives, and the guys that we're going to talk about next, you'd realize that this is all done intentionally and by design, and it's really sad and it's really angering, and we just have to continue to educate people and fight the noise that's out there, one by one person at a time, and teach them and do it positively. So the next thing is the new Untouchables. This is a podcast that was started recently by Steve Grumbine of Real Progressives. This was shared on the Real Progress in Action channel. The Pecora Files. It's about an hour-long podcast, so you can download this on your audio podcast format. Yeah, Michael, I saw that headline about Biden stimulus showering money on Americans. I can actually show you what my response tweet to Robbie Yeager was. When I saw he posted that, it was unbelievable. And they took down the tweet, by the way. The last story that we have is a little bit of a fun one. I thought we'd have some fun with this one. And it's Hasanabi. It's actually from the Daily Dose of Hasanabi. Those guys are unreal. Man, they made an entire channel just out of clipping Hassan's videos and running ads out of it. They've got almost 100,000 subscribers, which is just freaking kudos to them. Phenomenal. As you can see, I'm subscribed to it, and it spends 9 minutes going through a news story in Illinois about how they want to potentially ban, and I have no idea how they do that, but ban Grand Theft Auto. And he goes through how ridiculous this is, that it's a 7-year-old game, and that maybe this will prompt them to actually make Grand Theft Auto 6. And it's just silly, the entire thing. But it's fun to watch him go through it. And Haas took off yesterday. He streamed every single day last year. Like him, don't like him. He puts himself out there. He's out there for 10, 12 hours a day. I keep him up most of the day, and I really enjoy his streams. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on today's stream. I want to make it kind of shorter format. We went through 5. Again, there are several more videos here, including some of the videos on my YouTube channel. So I create a video of the summary of the top 5 articles that we had that you just saw. And this is the Vimeo version. So we do have a Vimeo channel. This is from last night, a version of the video. And this is up on Instagram. I put it on Twitter. It's pretty much everywhere. If you scroll down, you can also find this on YouTube. And this is on our YouTube channel right now, which you're probably on. And if you go to the playlists or the previously uploaded videos, you'll see that from last night. And then also I uploaded one earlier today. If you want to share this newsletter or this website while you're on it, you can feel free by clicking on any of the social icons at the bottom. This last one is Buffer. So if you're a Buffer member, you can add it to, and Buffer's a really cool tool that you can share to Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, and I think it is Pinterest if you have a membership to their site. You can also email this out to somebody. Up at the top, I include some of the links to our social properties. So here is our Instagram page. You can check us out on Instagram. I announced that I was going live. Put a link. You can see all the videos and all the content that we've got uploaded there. And then on Twitter, please follow on Twitter. I automate some videos. I'm sorry. I automate the posting of new videos that are posted by, for example, Lee Camp, or, of course, by my channel, by Tim Black, by The Gray Zone, by Richard Medhurst, by, gosh, a ton of different streamers and outlets. Matt Taibbi, if there's a new article published, all of those things are going to automatically post to my Twitter feed. So please follow the Twitter. Go check out the YouTube. That's my little Bernie impression. So I also have a link tree. So if you do ever want to share a website that has all of the links so that you can find everywhere to reach out to subscribe, YouTube channel, Instagram, Facebook page. Here's what the Facebook page looks like. Of course, you're not going to have the thing on the left. Here are the latest posts. Hey, look at that. There's a live video going on. How about that? Okay, again, I posted an article about this Lauren Elizabeth. The Medium article is absolutely terrific. Automatically posts early in the morning. I also record a podcast where I read the headlines in via audio. So if you want this via snackable content, it's about a 6-minute long podcast, and I literally just read what the headline titles are and what the video titles are and who the authors or the content creators are. It's fun. So we've got Instagram, we've got Facebook, we've got Twitter. We also got our Discord. Discord is amazing. There is a channel for each one of these content creators that streams in all of their YouTube content as well as their Twitter. If they publish articles or they have a podcast via RSS, we've got that streaming in as well. So please feel free to join the Discord. It's free for everyone to join. IndependentLeft.gg is the website and the invite. Discord is an app that you download on your phone or on your desktop. You can actually access it through a web browser as well. And it's a really cool chat community that allows you to also stream, to have live voice and video conversations, almost like a FaceTime, but in group format. There's all kinds of possibilities for what you can do with Discord. It's really kind of limitless. It was designed so that gamers could share their screen and talk smack in a private environment, but it's developed into so much more, and it's really evolved. And I found it a little bit less than a year ago, thanks to our friend Richard Medhurst, and it's been a blast. Absolutely love it. We also have a Facebook fan page group. So if you are fans of Independent Left, Mix, what's going on? Welcome. So again, if you are a fan of Independent Left, you can certainly join our Facebook groups, and that's kind of a private community similar to Discord, but for anyone that's just on Facebook. IndependentLeft.news is a member of a ton of different Facebook groups already, so figured why not create one of our own, and give people that like this content their own home. So we do that, and as well as Twitch.tv, which we're streaming on right now. So we're streaming live right now on Twitch, on YouTube, on Facebook, and on Periscope/Twitter. I'm not sure even exactly how that's going to work, because I know that Twitter is going, Periscope is going away as of the end of this month. So it should be interesting to see how we're going to go live on Twitter going forward. So that's our link tree. There's a link to join the Discord. Showed you the Facebook, showed you the Twitter, and then finally we've got the Spotify podcast link. And from here, you can actually listen to all the latest episodes and all the content right from here. This is where you can also actually listen to it in all of your favorite streaming applications. The one thing that I am missing is the Apple one, because I was missing something when it got submitted initially, and it got resubmitted, but it's just pending review. And again, this is where in about 6 minutes, I'm reading the headlines, and I publish this about midnight Eastern time each night. So finally, I encourage everyone to subscribe via email. Okay, so that you can get an updated email newsletter around 8 p.m. and 8 a.m. Eastern time every day. And that way you can come to the site. You're going to get an email that looks like this. It shows the top 5 headlines that are being published, and those are automatically generated at the time. And then about 9 o'clock, 9:30, usually I'll go in when I have the chance, and I'll curate and rearrange the content so that it features the articles that I think really should be featured versus ones that were automated, as it does. It can show what all the, I can show you, here's what the last one this morning looked like. Again, you can see that it has completely different articles than it would right now if I shared that. It's one shared by Jamal Thomas, the Progressive Soapbox. So very cool. Yeah, Spotify, that's actually how I think I listen to it. I like Overcast. So I listen to all of my podcasts on Overcast. Google Podcasts we're on. Breaker I hadn't even heard of. Pocket Casts I had heard of, and Radio Public. You can also add it to an RSS feed. Now, this is interesting. What is this? Oh, this is our YouTube channel. So if you want to see our YouTube channel, this is what it looks like. If you're not subscribed to it already, please do. Past live streams. This is the first live stream, the first time I've gone live since the Capitol riot, which is pretty interesting. I'm one of the few people that hasn't had his live footage, and because it wasn't my footage, I was streaming other people's content, but I've downloaded this file just in case YouTube decides that I was breaking some kind of DMCA or whatever you want to call it, or they haven't caught on. But this was history in the making, you know, pretty cool. Pretty excited about that. It was a horrible day. It was kind of scary to see what was happening, but glad I was one of the few that was able to go live and capture it. Was actually talking with Franco from Frank Analysis. We were doing a live chat on Skype, talking about how to grow my channel, how to possibly work further closer together. And I'm like, you know what? Nobody's live. You should go live right now. And sure enough, it's like, yeah, that's a great idea. He goes live immediately. It was just, I love this community, really do. I want to say thank you to every single person that has subscribed, that has liked, that has shared an article, that has retweeted, that has contributed in any way, that joined the Discord, that everyone, really. I mean, without all of you, this wouldn't exist. I started a website a year ago just because I was so pissed off that Bernie got knifed. And I knew that it was because the corporate media did this. Primarily, it was the narrative once he won Nevada that they scared the crap out of everybody else on mainstream. And how do we counter that? How do we centralize a place where all of this amazing leftist content can reside so that we can share one website with everyone and be like, look, this is where you need to go in order to find out what's really going on without corporate spin. And that's why I created what I did. And I'm proud of it. I'm ready to grow. And that's where I want to go next, is where do we go from here now that we're at a year old? It needs to grow beyond me. That's first and foremost. And I've realized this, and I want to grow up beyond me. And I want to talk with some of the folks. I've already reached out to a couple of folks about doing something involving a worker co-op, because really this brand and what this is for everyone. Independent Left is made up of everyone because it's made up of all the streamers and all the outlets that we cover. And in order to grow this brand any further, and again, I'm doing a pretty bang up job so far, I think, in a year without any real budget. I'm going to need some help. And I've got some ideas of how to do that. Again, the idea would be to possibly do a worker co-op where everybody owns a stake and everybody contributes. It's a volunteer thing. There may be grant or some kind of funding money we can talk about, but I'm going to need some help. I'm putting in a ton of time, which is I enjoy doing, but I'm kind of maxed out. So, and a lot of the stuff is copy paste, and a lot of the stuff I think can be repeated or can be automated. If we had a crack IT person or some type of a developer who could help develop some type of a script that once this is created in here, you push a button and it posts to all of these groups or to all these things beyond where I've been able to go so far. I think a couple of fresh sets of eyes to take a look and to give some perspective, some help, and some insight and knowledge would be amazing. So if anybody knows or people who have those type of skills, be it looking at analytics, social posting, automation, app development, please reach out. on Twitter, on Facebook. Send me a DM. Reach out to me on Discord. I would love to have a conversation with you about it. And let's see how we can grow to further help spread the message of what's going on independent media, because they're not spreading what's friendly to corporate advertisers, which is so important. Folks like Lee Camp. Now, Lee Camp's on RT America, so he's already got a network that's supporting him and backing him. And that might be what we do with this, is we put some of these streamers together and we brand them under the Independent Left Media branding channel. I'd love to see that happen. And again, let's have it owned by everyone. This is not about me, and that's mostly, not me, us. It's a pretty familiar conversation to everyone. So again, we're coming up on 45 minutes on 3 o'clock Eastern. I really do appreciate everybody's support, everybody's contribution. I couldn't have done any of this without all of you. And it's going to be even better for the next year and beyond. I see big things happening. I see what we do is super important. And again, I can't thank everyone enough. I can't thank all of the contributors. And I'll go through really quickly. I'm going to bring up my Discord right now because I want to share with you all the different, if I don't screw up the stream. Where's my stream manager here? Yeah, I don't want to screw up the stream. I'm live. So, David Sirota, Daily Poster, District 34 feed. District 34, that's Tina Desiree Berg. Empire's Files with Abby and Robbie Martin. Glenn Greenwald, Greg Palast, Jennifer Cohn, Matt Taibbi, Judd Legume from Popular Information, Ralph Nader, Richard Medhurst, Kevin Gossola and Shadowproof, Status Coup. They've also had some demonetization issues. The Convo Couch, fam. Unicorn Riot, tremendous investigative journalism. Live on the scene footage up in Minnesota. Whitney Webb, Aida Rodriguez, Graham Elwood, Jimmy Dore, Katie Halper, all the folks at Redacted Tonight, Trey Crowder, Krish Mohan, Ron Placone, all these folks are in our Discord. So anytime they have a new video, if they publish a new article, anytime they tweet, all of that is funneling through our Discord. For analysis and opinion, we've got Backyard Politics and recently added Bad Faith, Beau of the Fifth Column, Brooke Thomas, Caitlin Johnstone. We've got a Chris Hedges feed of tweets. Christo Ivalis, Consortium News, David Dole, The Rational National, Double Down News, Eleanor Goldfield, Frank Analysis, Hardlands Media, Hasanabi, Kim Iverson, Kyle Kolinsky. Kyle, it's interesting. Kyle was actually the original inspiration for the Discord. We had a friend in our Richard Medhurst Discord that wanted a Kyle channel, and Claudia said, "Absolutely not. You'd never have a Kyle channel in Richard's Discord." So I said, "You know what? I'll build one in mine." And after seeing what could happen and the possibilities, and a light bulb went off, said, "Holy crap. It'd be awesome to actually do this for everyone." And so that's how the feeds on my Discord were born. Matt Orfale, Mexi, Nico House, Progressive Soapbox, Jamal Thomas, Rania Kalik, Real Progress in Action, Ring of Fire, Farron Cousins, and Mike Papantonio, Ryan Knight, The Proud Socialist, Second Thought. All these folks, again, I'm featuring because they're all part of what I call the independent left. Slow News Day, The Dive with Jackson Hinkle, The New Left. I don't know if you guys know about Tom Barry of The New Left, Tim Black, Last American Vagabond. Man, what's happened to Ryan Christian, Last American Vagabond, for questioning what's going on with with vaccines is kind of sad. Finally, from the publishers, again, I want to say thank you to the Black Agenda Report, Danny Haifong, to Glenn Ford, to Margaret Kimberly. Common Dreams. There are some outstanding writers for Common Dreams who I feature regularly. Counterpunch as well. Jeffrey St. Clair has founded a terrific organization there. Democracy Now!, legendary. The Fairness and Accuracy in Reporting. The Gray Zone. Amazing folks at the Gray Zone, from Anya and Max to Benjamin Norton and Aaron Mate. I have to say thank you to all of them. The ICIJ, who one of our friends from Brazil turned me on to. They blew the lid off the FinCEN files investigation, as well as the Panama Papers. They're a global consortium of journalists and investigative journalists that are independent, that are dedicated to making sure that the powerful are held accountable. In these times, we featured quite a bit. Left Voice, which we discovered more recently thanks to an article shared by Lee Camp that they had featured. Jacobin Magazine and Mint Press News. Popular Resistance, which was founded by Kevin Zeese. Terrific organization, terrific website that's an aggregator in similar fashion, but a little bit different to what Independent Left does. ProPublica, that has done some amazing investigative work. Progressive.org, that tends to lean a little to the neoliberal side, but still very progressive. A great magazine. Reason Magazine, who I disagree with quite often. They're on the libertarian side, but still independent, and still we agree on the marijuana issue. We agree on free speech issues. There are certain issues that we do agree on, and so I do feature some of their content. As well as the Texas Tribune, phenomenal independent organization, one of the largest state-based independent news organizations in the country. They've been tremendous on the coverage of Texas and what's been happening with the blackouts and with the freeze and with all the pipes and the restoration, holding the powerful accountable there. Truth Out as well. And I have to give a little shout out to the group that we call the Great Unmasked, because they have been a part of this as well. They are also a part of the left, sort of, I guess. I am missing Misty and Jesse. I have to say, I do have a few channels that I do intend to add going forward sooner rather than later. But I did want to give some mention. Oh, you know what? I moved the wrong channel. Democracy Now! Belongs there, and Democracy at Work moved up. I have to fix that, because Prof. Wolf is amazing, and I have to give all the credit in the world to Professor Richard Wolf. Love his work. But Democracy Now!, Humanist Report, Majority Report with Sam Cedar, Michael Moore, Namiki Konst, The Intercept, The Brad Blog, TYT. Oh, I was much bigger fans of all of you folks a year ago, I have to say. I love you all still, and I'm disappointed in the way that things have turned out in the last year. And it wasn't just around Force the Vote, but it was around your coverage of Julian Assange. It was around your coverage of Joe Biden's run. And it was around how you thought it was more important to hide what Joe Biden really was, because that you thought that Trump was such a monster that Biden would be so much better. And maybe he is, maybe he isn't, but it didn't call it from a left perspective in a lot of the opinions of people on the left. And it was, as we call it, the Great Unmasking, and it hurt. It hurt a lot. As somebody who has been a TYT activist supporter, a member of the TYT army, it hurt to see all this. A drawer full of TYT shirts, to be honest, and now they're in the closet. They don't exist anymore in my world. Sad. They're still here for people that want to check it out, because they are a good intro to kind of the intro to the left. You can start with TYT, and then you'll see, hopefully, from what you see here, that there's a lot more to the left than what they talk about. And that's why we do what we do. And yes, Claudia, yes, you basically made this platform. So, okay, coming up on close to an hour. Again, thank you so much to everyone. I'm going to end the stream now. Somewhere is my way to end it. Excuse me. Yes, we do have a platform for donations. Sorry, Claudia. Thank you. Or are we online? Are we still online? Can you hear me? Yes, we are still live. Nice. Okay. So, in order to donate, perfect. Sorry about that, everyone. If you do want to donate, we do have a Patreon page. It's patreon.com/IndependentLeft.news. So we have, you can really give at any level. There are tiers, so you can donate. There are $3 tiers, $3 a month, $6 a month, $10 a month. Cup of coffee, 2 cups of coffee, or IFL your stuff. So there's that. I also have a Cash App, $IndLeftNews. Those are the two ways. Again, I do what I do basically for free. I love it. I enjoy it. You can see how much I'm sharing, how much I'm actually making per month. I'm not making very much, but that's okay. That's not why I do this. I do this to amplify and promote all these amazing streamers and outlets and journalists. It really is a passion. I love doing what I do, and I want other people to help me so that we can help this grow and help more people learn all about this. So again, thank you so much. I am going to figure out somehow how to end this stream now. Finished. There's the finish button. Thanks, everyone.